Hey everybody, welcome to Homestyle Woodcrafts. I'm James. For today's project, we're going to be building a centerpiece box like this one. This is a great project because it's simple, it's inexpensive, and it's very versatile in how you can use it. The first thing I'm going to do is sand it down because it's easy in one big piece of wood. This is the piece we're going to be using. And then I'm going to cut the pieces to size and then we'll assemble it. So let's get started. You'll notice this piece of wood has some really interesting grain. Now, don't forget your safety gear while you work. And let's get started sanding. Today I'm going to be using a compound miter saw to make my cuts. Now for this project I only have to do cross cuts on the wood because of the design of the box, and this makes quick work of those cuts. If you don't have a compound miter saw, you can use a miter box like this one. It's inexpensive, but it will get the job done. It takes a little skill to get the cuts just right, but it's a workable solution if you have a small shop. I'm going to be making cuts for 5 pieces, the bottom, 2 sides, and 2 ends. The bottom and 2 sides are going to be 10.5 inches each, and the ends will be 5 inches. Here are our 5 pieces. They're going to go together like this. Because of the way we cut the end pieces, we didn't have to do any more cuts on them. They're just the same 1x4 size, and they fit right on the end. That's what made it possible to only do cross cuts on this project. I'm going to assemble it using wood glue and a nail gun. You could also use hammer and nails. You could use wood screws. You could use just glue by gluing it and clamping it together. But I like to glue it and nail it, so that's what we're going to do. right, so it's all done. Looks pretty good. Now I'm going to hand it over to Nancy, and she's going to show us how to finish it and give us some decorating ideas.
I am Nancy, and I am here to do a few things with this wood box that James made this morning. First of all, I would just like to say that this wood box has gorgeous grain, and it would actually be very nice just to use it if it matched what you wanted it for. The grain's gorgeous, but I am going to stain it. So today I am going to be using Rust-Oleum wood stain. The color is American Walnut. And I have a darker stain that I could have used, but this grain in the wood is so pretty. I'm hoping that the stain won't completely cover that up, that we'll be able to see it well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I have wiped this down with a damp cloth to get the sawdust off of it. And we are just going to go ahead and go to town on this. I've got a sponge brush to stain. I guess I should not forget my gloves. So what I've done is not stained the bottom side of this, because then I can have a side to set it on while it is drying. I'm also, before I actually let it dry, I am going to rub off the stain that I just put on here. So you can take a cloth. I use a paper towel, and I have not had any issues using a paper towel. So paper towels will work just fine. Oh my goodness. Can you see the grain of that? So pretty. All right, that is looking just gorgeous. Can you see that? So pretty. Okay, this color is very nice. I feel like I've wiped off enough stain. I'm just gonna go ahead and stain this other side lightly. I think will work just fine. All right, I've wiped the stain off, and we're now going to give this some time to dry before I show you a couple of things that you can do with this gorgeously stained box. We actually made some boxes a couple of years ago for my son and his soon-to-be wife. They were getting married and wanted some centerpiece boxes. So we made these boxes and stained them, and then some beautiful silk flowers got put in them, and as you can see, turned out so nicely. So this became a centerpiece box for the tables at the reception, and they had these lights on them, and they just turned out gorgeous for the reception with the lights turned down low and these sparkly lighted boxes in the center of the tables. So this is something that you could use. Now, another thing that you can do with these, this is another very dark box that we used for the reception. This is actually the original reason why we started making these boxes. We thought it would be such a great idea to have a box that fit 3 pint-sized jars in the box. So this fits 3 canning jars, and we thought how cute it would be to make a box and put stencil snacks on it, or if you have one of those fancy machines that you can get a stencil made, you can put whatever you want on here. But it would be so fun to have this set out on the counter. You could put snacks in it. Some of the great things that you could put are okay, let's be healthy first. Okay, first you could put like dehydrated snacks, like dehydrated peaches or apples or anything like that would be so cute in this box. Of course, if you move on to the not healthy snacks, then you could put something in it like M&Ms or peanuts or any kind of nut, anything like that. Something that I have done is we have had extra boxes in our house because of the reception. At one point, I had them stacked up. It was all this darker color box, but I put them, and I put a third one on top, and then I put little whatever I had to display inside these boxes. Ooh. And they got set up on top of, actually it was a crate that James had made. So that was a very cute way to display things also. One last idea is if you want to give this to somebody, put a cute little ribbon around it. And you can put something yummy in it. You can put whatever you want in it. And it's a great way to use this box. So if you have any ideas, then let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time on Homestyle Woodcrafts. Have a great day.